Good morning, students. In our today's session, I am going to teach you a poem, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, written by Robert Frost. So this poem is written by the famous American poet Robert Frost in the year 1922 and got published in the 1923 as a part of his collection New Hampshire. So here, let us know about the poet. Robert Frost was an American poet known for his realistic depiction of rural life and his usage of colloquial language of USA. And he was the only poet to receive Pulitzer Prize for 4 times, and he got the award Poet Laureate in the year 1958. Some of his famous poems include Mending Wall, After Apple Picking, Birches, etc. Now let us read the poem. Whose woods, stopping by woods on a snowy evening? Whose woods? These are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it were to stop without a farmer's near between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of all. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So these are the 4 stanzas of the poem, Stopping by Woods on a Evening. Now let us analyze the meaning of the title, My Woods on a Snowy Evening. What do you understand about the title after reading it? Someone is passing his journey or passing a journey because of the alluring nature and tranquility. That's right. That journey is stopped in a wood on a snowy evening. That's it, we know, only by reading the title. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though he will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So it is told from the perspective of a traveler. We don't know the traveler. So here we may consider the traveler as the speaker of the poem. So here the speaker says, whose woods these are? He stops his cart in between the woods. Whose woods these are? I think I know. He says that the owner of the woods. He speaks about the owner of the woods. He knows the person who is the owner of the woods. His house is in the village where he is residing. Whether he is residing there in that foods or where is he? So he is residing in the village. Though he will not see me stopping here to watch his foods fill up with snow. So here, so he will not, he can have a great time there by being there to be a part of the nature because will not be disturbed by the owner. Get away from a place you're not supposed to be here. So because the owner is not there, you will not be disturbed by him at any cost. He feels like. So you will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So the place is the wood. The woods are covered in snow. So that is why he's stopping his cart, stopping his horse. So he feels like he's completely free enough to watch it thoroughly and enjoy the beauty of nature. So here we know what do you understand from stanza 1? Whose woods? What do you mean by woods? No. An area of land which is covered with trees. The wood is normally, what do you say? Shorter, it is not a larger area than forest. It's not a, it is actually a smaller area than a forest. Whose woods these are? I think I know. So here the poet, he feels like he knows the owner of the woods. Even he feels like he will not be disturbed by him at any cost because he is stopping his horse here to be a part of the nature, to make himself mingle with nature. Okay. Because the place is completely covered in snow. That is why the same is indicated in the title on a snowy evening. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmer's near between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening after that. So what do you mean by queer? Queer is nothing but something happens is unusually, strangely. So my little horse, he comes by horse. So the horse has a doubt because he's asking the horse, he's making the horse to stop in between the woods. Okay. So it is there is a doubt in the mind of the horse because there is no farmers near. Why this man is making me stop here? What has happened to him? He said, no, is it everything happening normally? Or there is a doubt in the mind of the horse. Between the woods and frozen lake, why? What makes him stop the horse between the woods and the frozen lake? So what do you mean the lake actually is the larger water body, stagnant water. No? So here frozen means the water in the lake, no, it is in the frozen state. So it indicates the cold climate, excessive cold climate in the woods. The darkest evening of the year. So it can be said that the particular evening is the darkest evening in the entire year. So here it is indicating the night. It is moving from, the time is almost towards night. Towards night. So there is a doubt in the mind of the horse because this man is making that horse to stop in between the woods because what is making him stop the horse in that place because there is no farmers near. What do you mean by farmers? A house which is attached to a farm. He gives his hands bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. So he wants that horse wants to give his owner a kind of alert. So is your decision final? Is there any change? Are you okay? Are you normal? So instead of asking these questions, the horse cannot ask such questions. So hands, honest, huh? So actually, a set of straps which is connected, connected to a horse to fasten it with a cart. Okay. Is the decision a mistake? Are you okay? So the only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. Except the sound of the bells, there are two other sounds. One is of the sweep of easy wind. What do you mean by this? Sweep of easy wind, gentle, soft sound, which is made because of the easy movement of wind over there throughout the forest. And downy flake is nothing but a small, soft and feathery snowfall. Sound made because of snowfall. So there are two other sound except the sound of the bell sound. What is that? There are two other sounds which are mentioned in the third stanza. One is the sound of the wind and another one is sound of snowfall. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. So these four lines are very important lines. Actually, it is the crux of the entire poem, and last two lines are very much impressive. And most of the authors, most of the leaders, they inspire these two lines. Especially our first Indian Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. So he loved these two lines, and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before. So he prizes the beauty of the woods by saying that the woods are lovely, the woods are fascinating, the woods are alluring, and it is dark and deep, thick forest, dense forest. But I have promises to keep. So though he has been captured by the beauty of nature, he cannot remain it because he has to perform some more duties, some more responsibilities are over there, which can be shouldered only by the poet, only by the speaker, and miles to go before I sleep. So he cannot take rest, by being there, he cannot sleep over there because he has to travel some more miles to take rest on that particular day. Third line means that he can sleep only after crossing some more lines. And the last line indicates he has to perform some other responsibilities before his final sleep, eternal sleep. That is none other than, that is nothing but his death. Do you understand? So here, this is the meaning of the poems. The poet, the speaker travels in between in between the woods, and he gets captured by the sight of the evening because it is lovely and alluring, and he stops his horse there itself, and there is a doubt in the mind of the horse because something has